by the privileges afforded to me and the trauma that life has just thrown at me. But in saying that, I do want to put a trigger warning out for gender dysphoria and mentions of body mutilation with no specific detail. I came out as bi, pan, gay, queer, etc. When I was 15, and for some silly reason, I thought that was it. I was gonna stop discovering myself. I liked girls, and that was that. And then I came to uni, and we started having open conversations about biological deterministic bullshit and the role colonialism has to play and consumerism in constructing gender identity. That whiteness and racism is inherently linked to the gender binary and the perceived gender dichotomy. And slowly I began to realise that I didn't really fit the female role. My uterus is a bit dodgy, so it took me a really long time to grapple with that and pursuing this idea of womanhood that I didn't really fit. And I'm still struggling to fit into it. So much of the way we perform gender is just buying shit. The more you unpack issues of gender, the more it's just kind of a capitalist scam. No one gives you the tools to figure this out. If you don't conform to the sex that you were assigned at birth, it's on you. It's this long, arduous journey that you have to figure out on your own, and I'm nowhere near finished, and I've barely started. Now, anyone who knows me knows I don't shy away from the mirror. I love myself and I love taking pictures. But one day when I was 19, I looked in the mirror and something was wrong. I felt gross. I wanted my hair gone. I wanted to physically remove my breasts. I wanted to cut them off. And I didn't know what to do. I went out to the balcony and I got some kitchen scissors and I took chunks out of my hair. And still by the day, if you look at it from the back, it's very, very uneven. And I didn't know who to talk to, so I called my 13-year-old brother, who's gorgeous